And tonight, the Minot High Magicians traveled across the state to West Fargo to take on the defending champion Packers. While the game was a rematch of last year's state championship game, neither team resembled what they were a year ago, with the Magicians returning only 3 players off last year's team and the Packers returning 5. Tonight's game also was a non-region matchup, with both teams wanting to head into week 2 with a win and a better idea of what kind of team they would have this season. So let's head over to the eastern side of the state. And again, that rematch of the Class 3A championship game. Picking up Magicians punting in the first quarter, and this is Holden Honeyman receiving it, but he has the ball knocked loose and it's recovered by the Magicians. Now later in the first, still a scoreless game, Cooper Solly rolls out to his left and he looks deep, but Kyler Stenberg in perfect position coming up with a pick here for the Magi. And then in the second quarter, the Magicians on the 1-yard line. Jackson Gunville calls his number and dives in for the score. And that was the only score of the game tonight, as it was a defensive ball game, but the Minot High Magicians come out on top. The final was 6-0. Next up for the Magicians, they host Fargo Davies, and that will be coming up next week.
Well, it's been 10 years since the Williston Coyotes football team last qualified for the playoffs. The Coyotes have been in a rebuilding mode the last few years and are coming off a 1-8 season last year. The Coyotes are under direction of Andrew Mock and kicked off their season on the east side of the state as well, as they met up with Fargo South as we go over there where the Bruins were playing in the Fargo Dome while they wait for their field to be renovated. Join this one in the second quarter. Coyotes botched the snap. Daewon Weisenberger would jump all over to get the ball for the Bruins, but they could not convert that one into points. Later in the quarter, Bruins on offense. John Farr with the catch over the middle. He would lose the handle on the ball. Hunter Kinney would cover it. Coyotes also not able to put any points on the board off of that one as we jump to the second half. South separating itself wide. Hansen loads up and heaves it to a wide open Bless Flomo for the score. It would be the Bruins going on to pick up the win by a final score of 27-8 over Williston. More scores from around AAA. It was the Bismarck Demons taking down Davies 48-19. And then Dickinson fell to Fargo North 32-7. The Patriots and West Fargo needed extra time, but it was the Pats coming out on top 21-14 in overtime. Red River took down Legacy 16-13 in AA. It was Devils Lake taking down Watford City 26-6. Turtle Mountain took down Valley City 28-14. St. Mary's shut out Grafton 41-0. Fargo Shanley and Jamestown had a close one. The Deacons took it 27-26, and then Central Cass got Wahpeton by a score of 50-8.